Yo, what's up, guys? So, today we're talking about why Bitcoin is a big deal. So, let's start with why we buy Bitcoin. So, we buy Bitcoin because it is a hedge against inflation. What is inflation? Inflation is the gradual increase in prices of goods and services, basic necessities that we need to live. And it results in a decline of purchasing power. So what that means essentially is something that's worth $1 is now worth $2. And why that happens is because the government prints money out of nothing, backed by nothing. It was backed by gold, but ever since 1971, it is no longer backed by gold, and it is printed out of thin air. It is worthless, worth nothing. The only value it has is in basic, like gasoline and food. So, a good example of this is if we look at the gas prices. 1930, it was 20 cents. Go up to 2023, it is $3.20. 300% increase of the gasoline. You can see this, it just goes up in value. Gasoline just goes up. So essentially the prices of things that we need to live, like gasoline, like food, like paying for our rent, it goes up in value, while the average American doesn't get increased wages. The increased wages do not combat for the inflation that happens. So if we take a look at the US dollar index, this is a chart measuring the power of the US dollar compared to all other currencies, not all other, 6 other currencies. So this is what this is compared to the euro, Japanese yen, British pound, Canadian dollar, Swedish, and Swiss franc. So that's all of the currencies that are in the US dollar index. And if we take a look at the history, 1973, the Federal Reserve was established, and that is when, actually 2 years ago, 1971, is when the US dollar became unbacked by gold. So, you can read about it right here. I already talked about it. But how do we beat inflation? We buy assets. Assets are things that increase in value by holding them. We buy assets that increase in value, like stocks, real estate, and gold. We take a look at the gold chart. Gold only goes up in value because it is a limited supply physical material that is worth something. If we take a look at the S&P 500, it goes up in value only because the US government prints more money, and more money in the circulation of the companies get into their hands. So it is inevitable that stocks will go up. Stocks like Apple, it only goes up, and it doesn't really make, and Apple didn't actually go up exponentially until they started mass producing iPhones. Everybody has an iPhone. Most people have iPhones, and they can't even afford their next bill for their house. How do you beat inflation? You buy things that go up in value. So why we buy Bitcoin is because Bitcoin is backed by the people. It is backed by me and you deciphering the value of Bitcoin for a car, for a house, for goods and services. Unlike the US dollar, the government has control on how much it's worth. Bitcoin is controlled by the people. The people decide how much Bitcoin is worth. And inevitably there will not be there won't be any Bitcoin to buy, because Bitcoin will take over the financial markets. It'll take over all of the money in the world, and will the corporations, the employers, they'll pay their employees in Bitcoin, because nobody wants a depreciating asset. It's not even an asset, a depreciating thing, money that goes down in value forever. The only time it goes up is when they print more money. Most recent example is COVID-19 happened. What do? Printed more money, so the price goes up, in theory. But we buy gold, you would buy gold because it's a hedge against inflation. So gold goes up when the US dollar goes down. Let's take a look. 2003, US dollar went down. 2003, gold went up. I mean, it's that simple. Things like gold go up in value. Our US dollar goes down in value. Bitcoin goes up in value while the US dollar goes down in value. And Bitcoin has an unlimited floor price because Bitcoin will create new money into the system. And if we take a look at this, Bitcoin started in 2009. And if we go back to the US dollar, it started way before this, but 1967. So if we just look at this perspective, we have so much more room, infinite room, because, we're all going to be living for the next 50, 80 years. And if we take a look at this is even more insane. 1833, gold was worth $20, $10. And now gold's worth $2,000 per ounce. So if we take this into perspective, there's no reason why Bitcoin isn't going to go up exponentially to millions of dollars. Like, this is nothing in the grand scheme of things when we're all gonna be dead around here. Like, where's 1 million? 1 million is right here. And 1 million is nothing compared to what Bitcoin is going to be, hundreds, tens of millions up here. So, look at this chart, the Bitcoin price, not even 20 years. And then look at the gold chart that's been out for hundreds of years. And people don't trade gold. Like, you don't go with your sack of gold and your little powder of gold, your little gold coins, and go trade for things with gold. You store gold to increase in value. But Bitcoin is going to be a currency that you trade for actual money. What people did is they traded their gold for US dollars, and then they thought that they could get their gold back for US dollars, but then ever since 1971, look at this, ever since 1971, gold blew up, absolutely blew up, because gold is worth value, it has value. Ever since they took gold ever since they took the US dollar off of the gold standard, it has gone up, like, exponentially. Gold was always worth something, but compared to what it's worth now, it has only gone up exponentially because they made gold worth more by making the US dollar worth less. So just take that into perspective. And then 1971, right? Ever since 1971, they took the US dollar off the gold standard, gone down. They printed more money. They artificially increased the price of the US dollar. So that's why the chart is forced to go up. and look like it's worth more because they tricked everybody. They thought this is what we trade in. This is the money that's worth value. But $1 is not always worth $1 because if we take a look back at gas prices, $1 could get you 5 gallons almost of gasoline. Now $1 can only get you 1/4 of a gallon of gasoline. And this isn't even counting the premium gasoline. I pay for premium gasoline, no ethanol. So I pay almost $4. And it was at high $5 for 1 gallon. So this is just insane. Like we are so early because Bitcoin hasn't even been a thing for more than 50 years. But if we take a look at gold, been a thing for hundreds of years, and as soon as they changed things up, as soon as they decided to make their fake monopoly money, gold exponentially increased in value. So that's just a quick video of why we buy Bitcoin, why Bitcoin is going to change the way we use money, the way we value things in money. And it's just take a look at the US dollar chart and then take a look at the gold chart. Any normal person would be like, yeah, gold's a good buy. Gold's going to go up forever. So if we go back to Bitcoin, why would Bitcoin not go up forever when everything is digital? Guys, look at the Apple chart. The digital era went up exponentially. Apple was worth $10. No, sorry, 40 cents. It was worth $10 when mainstream media and the internet got created and became popularized. And like Apple, the market cap of Apple is worth almost $3 trillion. Apple just sells phones, bro. Like they just sell phones and like digital services, literally. That's all they sell, and they're worth $3 trillion. Like that's not real. And then if you go back to Bitcoin, the future of currency, the market cap is, I can't see it right here, but the market cap is $1 trillion. Look, $1 trillion market cap. And Bitcoin is going to be the thing we value real estate in, we value gasoline in, we value every single thing that United States dollars are valued in, or other currencies. They're going to be valued in Bitcoin instead. And that's not even to mention the other currencies that are valued in Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is already reaching new all-time highs in like Pakistani dollars and other currencies like that, because that's how worthless their currencies are already. The United States has the strongest currency, but it is still worthless, backed by nothing. So yeah, like I don't know what else to say. Like, we buy Bitcoin because it goes up in value. Our United States dollars go down in value. They go down in value by prices of basic needs going up in value. And there's only 21 million Bitcoin that are ever going to be created. 90% of Bitcoin has already been mined, and the institutions are buying more Bitcoin than is being mined, and within the next 100 or 200 days, all of the Bitcoin will be gone. There'll be no more Bitcoin for a regular human to buy. You'll have to trade your time for Bitcoin, because nobody's going to want the United States dollar or any other currency, because it is absolutely worthless. So yeah, that's it. That's the gist of the video of why Bitcoin is such a big deal. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment any thoughts you might have, any ideas. I know I can explain everything better, And yeah, that's it, guys. Buy Bitcoin before it's too late. Literally, too late. Peace out.